Alright. Welcome back to the Outcast Restaurant Anime Review, Episode 2. Excuse me. This one, like the previous episode, when I reviewed the first 4 episodes. This reviewing just 2. 5 and 6. Quite interesting ones. And focus on Altair, the girl who that Dennis basically bought back episode 1 of the show. So he talks to Vera about possibly that this girl has a boyfriend, and the fact he get all the pocket money and falling around, and then all of a sudden deal with a purse snatcher. Yes, a purse snatcher. Also, this is something. This has now officially become the 3rd anime I have ever seen where you have a fantasy-based series and they have a working shower. I am like, what? A working shower. I found that to be interesting because this has only happened 2 other times. One was actually, and both anime came out just last year. This happened. This anime also came out last year too. Anime like, I left my A-rank adventure part of the join my former students to explore dungeons. That had a working shower. The Shy Hero of the Assassin Princesses, that had a working shower. So did this show. I'm like, really? Okay, this is very unusual for, like, that's more advanced technology than what they have in the show. And I get the fact it's different per se. I don't mind him having a working shower. It's better than creating a bathtub out of nowhere or just using a bucket to wash themselves. Good on some anime doing something new. Now, I don't know if any other anime have done this aside from the 3 I just named. Aside from this one and 2 other ones I just named. If any of you come across any anime that actually has done this, where we have a fantasy-based series and they have a working shower, you probably think this is like nothing much. No, this is something. Because these are fantasy-based series. Mostly put how people bathe themselves in the series usually is some bathtub they build. Usually nobles have this. Either that, or they use some bucket with some cloth to wash themselves. But a working shower is something that, unless someone was isekai'd, these people would not have any idea what the heck a shower even is. So I had to bring it there. Oh, and who is using it by any chance you might be wondering? It's the female swordswoman, Hikiya. Yes. All 3 times, it's always a beautiful woman using the shower, never a guy. Okay, so there's also a joke about her taking these one-off missions of the reason why she can't pay her tab, because, like, the reason why, because she spent a lot of money on equipment and supplies. I'm like, do a big quest. Yeah, take a big quest, or at least join a party. You can join Vera's party. Vera's technically not in a party right now. They could, I don't know, just party together if they wanted to. And of course, Bisha, and of course the 2 girls, and of course finds out, nope, it's not a boyfriend. And of course the guy he's talking to was basically by a jewel. For Dennis is probably a thank you for taking care of her. And then the very next episode, it's discovered that Altair is the daughter of a nobleman. Yes, who died. And now this is something I don't usually come across very often in anime, where you have a scheming uncle who cheats her out of her rightful inheritance because he made a claim that she is not a legally daughter. Not like basically the fact that she was born out of wedlock because some lowly mistress. Now, of course, it's done because of Butler, and of course, Vera comes with them. The girls keeping out of the shop, and they go to the royal capital. They arrive at the mansion. They of course do a blood test, and blood test confirms that yes, then when they do this a little bit later, it becomes really stupid. Yes, really stupid because the butler basically was promised to be restored to his job if he did this. Look at that. So they have a debate about this. And He's like, oh, you must be... And of course, his last name was Black. I'm like, okay. His last name is Blacks. Okay. I don't think anybody knew that. And like, he's like, oh, you must be one of the Virgo's clients. And he doesn't deny it. Nope. He does not deny it at all. He's like, he calls him a coward who left Subway. No, he was cast out. Because Virgo's a dick. And the fact that he is obsessed with his vice captain, the beautiful vice captain. He's obsessed with her. Because he has a strong desire to have her for himself only. And yeah, it gets so stupid. Yeah. So then of course they have the blood test and confirms, yep, the Lord is definitely her father. They did confirm that. But then, of course, they do it with the mother. And it's sabotaged. And Dennis finds out that the butler did it. And the reason? To restore his job. He basically just points out, though, the whole thing is a sham. And at one point, he nearly gets a fight with basically the company's, with the kingdom's soldiers. But look at him, he's calmed down. And then, of course, like, okay, we'll overlook that probably because that was justified. And she apparently doesn't get the power and money. Nope, she gets a bunch of books. Okay. And then it's discovered, at looking at the bar says the guy, I think he's like her lawyer. So they actually, is it some storage unit? It's a book depository. Look, these are really good books. They're probably worth a lot of money. Yes, a lot of money. And she's like, I'm giving the restaurant. People to read. The country's history. I'm like, this is interesting. So apparently her father knew this would happen, so he made sure the books ended with her, not his brother. Kind of a smart idea, but if I was there, I'm like, because the fact this guy is such a jerk. I mean, I don't think Altair could give a damn about the fact this guy is her uncle. And if I was there, you know what I would do? I would like, hey, Dennis, this guy is a dick. Feel free to beat him up. He'd be like, can I start, please? Because I'm sure, basically, the guy deserves a beating from Dennis for being just a dick. And then, of course, then we see, like, a guy who looks like Dennis. Vera runs into him, and his name is Heath. Now, they say he's his counterpart. I'm thinking this guy might be related to him somehow. As for how, I don't know. I mean, as for having the same exact face, instead of calling him his counterpart, I am thinking that this guy might be his cousin. Because Dennis was never mentioned having brothers. I'm thinking he might be a distant relative who just happened to look exactly like him. That does happen, where distant relatives sometimes are like spitting image of each other, like cousins can be like spitting to each other because, same family bloodline. It's nothing unusual, but nothing's confirmed here. It's like something said for a little bit later. But otherwise, though, great 2 episodes. I love these ones. And effectively, we're halfway through the season. Now, I would do a video, but I gotta go do my stream. And then after my stream, I have some open topics as well. Very some interesting ones, okay? See you later. Bye.